We first start by selecting the highest quality cacao beans from around the world. Hand sorting our cacao beans to ensure that only the best beans are used in our chocolate, removing all undesirable beans such as broken, undersized, and flat beans. After the beans have been sorted, the next step is to roast them. Selecting the right profile is essential in making quality and flavorful chocolate. A longer roast will bring out more earthy and darker flavors, while a shorter roast will bring out the lighter flavor notes such as fruity and citrus flavors. The beans are carefully loaded into the drum 1 kilogram at a time to be loaded into the oven. When they start to give off a chocolate aroma and you can hear the beans inside of the oven pop and crack, you know they are fully roasted. After the roasting process, the cacao beans are left to cool. The outer shell or husk is now brittle and can be easily removed by the next process of cracking and winnowing. The roasted and already cooled cacao beans are loaded into a grinder to break the beans. We use a power drill to speed up the process instead of cranking the grinder by hand. Whole beans are loaded into the upper hopper and ground into a mixture of cacao nibs, the inside of the bean, and husks. From here, the mixture of cracked husks and nibs is passed through a special machine called the winnower. This machine uses vacuum power to separate the nibs and husks. The mixture is poured into the system and the lighter husk is sucked away by the vacuum while the heavier nibs is able to fall through into the bowl below. This step is done with a stone grinder, also known as a melanger, which uses the stone grinding wheels to refine the cacao nibs into a liquid mass. During this process, we can also add our other ingredients such as sugar, powdered milk for milk chocolate, and any other special inclusions for our specialty bars. Sometimes this process can take up to 72 hours or even longer to get the desired smoothness and texture. A grindometer is used to check the particle size for the smoothness. The goal is to have under 20 micron. Once the chocolate has reached the desired smoothness, is removed from the melanger and ready to be tempered. Traditionally a complicated and fairly labor-intensive process, tempering is a necessary step for 2 reasons. 1, you get a snappy, professional-looking finish that looks way nicer than the dull matte finish you get from just haphazardly melting chocolate. 2, the tempered chocolate coating doesn't melt on your hands or at average room temperatures, so you can store the candies on the counter without risking a huge mess. We use a process for tempering using cocoa silk, a block of pure type 5 crystals which is most desired in the process. The silk is added into the chocolate mass and stirred vigorously to ensure the crystals are well mixed and can propagate evenly throughout. Now the tempered chocolate is carefully poured into clean molds to form each bar, using a scale to ensure each bar is evenly distributed to at least 50 grams or 1.76 oz each. The molds are gently tapped to remove any air bubbles and even out the chocolate in the mold. From here, the molds are left to sit for 15-20 minutes in the refrigerator to harden and complete their temper. The chocolate is then removed from the mold and should easily fall from each cavity. Bars are then wrapped in foil and ready to eat.